Welcome, everybody.
Some good music.
Welcome to Nerdy Couch. We are.
Welcome, everybody. Good music.
All right, we're getting some echo here.
Sorry, my phone was up there.
Oh, look at that, Rob. Shotgun. Party foul. Welcome, everybody. Nerdy Couch. I am Nerdy Couch. And why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hey, I'm Rob Shotgun. How you doing? Welcome to the chat.
I am the Baron Grimm.
Baron Grimm.
Well
I thought you forgot your name there.
And who's the young one beside you?
This little one here is Chase, aka Raccoon.
Nice. And then Rob Lee doesn't want to.
No, just Rob.
Just Rob?
It's just Rob.
All right. So why are we here today, guys?
Oh.
Little hands, Rob.
Little hands.
Nobody wants to cooperate today.
I'm doing well.
I forget what we're here for.
I think we're just doing Lego.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, we're building Lego.
I thought we were here to see you guys.
That would be a great show, actually.
Have a chat. How are you guys doing?
Right. We're doing good. I'm doing good.
I'm getting flashbacks to my hair in high school. It was down to here. It was beautiful. I miss it so much every day.
We're off to a good start today already. We're doing Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode number 5. But before we get to that, I just want to remind everybody that we've got a GoFundMe fundraiser going on for Shotgun's little 9-year-old daughter who needs a epilepsy service dog to make her life better. Links down below how you can do that. Links for the video that we've done. Also the fundraiser GoFundMe page. So go check that out. In fact, go watch that right now because that's more important than this. And then watch this on the replay.
Yeah.
We want to help out as much as we can. So with that said, let's get into the Winter Soldier. First off, what do we do?
Spoilers. Yeah. Don't want to have anybody watching this that's already, never watched the show.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil anything for you guys.
Then the more important notice.
Before we do that, let's just acknowledge that Tynerius is already calling the secret Grim. What's the secret? Grim? What's the secret Grim? He says. He's already calling you Zemo. Also, we'll do a bit of a content warning because sometimes things get crazy. We already started off on a real crazy note, so
you never know what's going to happen on the Nerdy channel.
No, you don't. Nerdy chats are kind of anything goes kind of thing. Yeah, spicy. Anyway, before we really get into the episode, this is something we did on the last episode, but a couple of things went wrong, and so it got cut out. And to be honest with you, without Grim, it just wasn't as fun.
Disney saw.
We wanted to get your opinion.
We wanted to get everyone's opinion. So sorry if people have already seen this. It was cut out of the last video.
This is what Disney shut us down for, though. Are you sure?
Who do you think looks more like Zemo?
We just wanted to have a comparison. Shotgun had said that Bruce McCulloch from the what was it from?
Kids in the Hall.
From the Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, way back when. Yeah. Says he looks like him, and I think he does in a way. And then we've got Grim on the far side there. Now
you couldn't have pulled up a clean shaven pic, maybe.
Well,
help out my case a little.
I was working on a time limit here. Okay. No, I wasn't because I had all the time in the world to fix that. But anyway, leave a comment down below after the video and let us know who you think looks more like Zemo. I think without the facial hair, looking, there's the same kind of facial structure there, at least, right? But
yep, yeah, the cheekbones in the right place, the nose in the right place.
So you let us know.
Right,
you let us know if you think that Grim wins. Apparently, Tyneria says Grim wins, and apparently they cover you up when I do this. Captain Comics, ahoy, mate.
Ahoy,
so Captain is a great guy. Poked in on his show just at the end of it the other day or yesterday, and just to say hi. Captain Comics, great guy.
And spoiler, he is a real pirate.
He's a real pirate. Anyway, let us know if you think that Grim could be part of the MCU. Maybe, I don't know, but like I said on the other one, I think I have a better fit for him in the cinema world. I do have a better fit, I think.
It works for me.
Yeah. I think that he fits really well in that. This is an actual clip from the movie.
What did you deep dive my Facebook?
I sure did. I sure did.
Thing is that what you're wearing and how you're doing that, you just fit right in. I think you're going to take over.
I agree.
I think that you're going to be in. If they make another one, I think I'm going to submit this.
I'm aiming for Danny.
Are you good? You good with singing?
Yeah,
I know
he sure is. So. Monica says she loves that one.
There you go.
So I think it's a great movie. Fit. I think it's a great fit. I'm already in the process of setting this up. So, anyway,
Grease 3.
Let's get on to the actual topic of the show. Okay. Somebody want to start us off with what happened in the start of this show?
So he just ended up freaking out and murdering that guy. He runs off.
We left off with him holding that bloody shield.
Yeah, he just takes off and runs. It's like he doesn't even know what he's doing. He takes off to an abandoned warehouse, and he's just losing his mind. He's freaking out inside his head. He doesn't know what just happened, trying to get his thoughts together. He says, I am Captain America. I am Captain America. He keeps telling himself over and over. And then he just breaks down onto the shield, and that's when you
he's getting all these flashbacks, right?
Yeah, flashbacks
of what happened and stuff that that Lamar said, and flashbacks of killing that guy, right? And then he goes from there. He's right back into time to go to work. He's like right back into I gotta be Captain America.
Yep.
So that was the thing in the army too. Him and Lamar was time to go to work, and now it's still in his head.
So he's not stable.
Not at all.
And that's when Bucky and Sam walk in.
Just happen to know where he is.
Yeah, I never really considered that.
They just know.
It must be a nearby warehouse.
He ran to that warehouse, and he's at that warehouse. He just
happens to be one of his personal warehouses. All right.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a personal warehouse.
Yeah,
that's right.
He reasons with them saying like, I had to kill them. I had to kill him because they killed Lamar.
Well, he actually says he killed Lamar. So right now he believes that guy killed him. right away. He doesn't even. His mind and his judgment is still clouded.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I don't know whether
pretty
he's
quick.
Yeah, I don't know whether he truly believes that he knows somewhere that deep down inside that it was Carly that did it, right? Sam's like, you got to give me the shield, man.
Yeah, you knew that was coming.
You know, he's, do you want it to go down this way type deal? You know?
Yeah. Oh,
this is a reasonable conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right up until he asks for the shield, they seem to have like an okay conversation dialogue happening, and then as soon as he asks for the shield, it goes downhill quickly.
Monica says that Evans apparently might come back. I don't know. I remember Rob Lee, you were showing me this thing about Evans watching the watching the reveal of the new Captain America, and
even he was laughing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But you're right, Grim. It was pretty civil until he asked for the shield, and then it was kind of like, oh, that's what this is all about, right?
Yeah, like he had no idea that's what they were there for, which blew my mind. It's like, you must have known this is it for you.
And I'd like to take a moment to say that, what's the actor again?
Russell
Wyatt.
Is it Wyatt Russell?
Yeah.
Wyatt Russell.
People are like really like kind of taking it out on this guy. He's done an amazing job doing, like, he's made you feel about this character exactly how you were supposed to feel about this character.
Yeah.
So I want to say right now how much of a great job he's done. Just the psychotic parts about that and like the facial expressions, they're dead on. Like, you feel exactly how you're supposed to about this character.
Yeah, that's like it's always my favorite when a bad character can come in there and really portray the character to a point where it makes you angry, where you want to hate that guy.
Everybody's taking the piss out of him and stuff like that, but he's done an amazing job making you feel that way. And, I think credit where credit is due, man, right?
Absolutely.
Mr. Lee, if you want to show something, you just let me know, and I'll share your screen at any point in time. Okay. So
he was lost, Lee.
Oh my goodness, he's having so much trouble today.
We just lost.
We'll get him back in when he was having some technical difficulties. We'll get him back in when he comes back. We'll put him back in. But he says, "You don't want to do this." Bucky says, "Yeah, sure we do." Which I know that's a tiny picture. It's a tiny picture, but that's if you look really closely, that's the three of them just going to town. All right. We'll get Mr. Lee back in here. Welcome back to the stream, Mr. Lee.
Why, thank you.
Having some technical difficulties, are you?
I guess.
So they're going to town now. We get a little bit of a scuffle. This is a karate kick where he looks to me, his like it looks contorted to me. This picture.
Very uncomfortable.
Make a good point. 90% of who play villains are, remembered well from Lord Tynerius. Yeah, they're continue to go to town, trying to remove that shield from his possession. Obviously, blood still on the shield. They're making a good effort, but he's not letting go easy. Bucky removes his gun from him. Smart move.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I really like it when Sam uses his wings a lot.
Yeah, this is a great fight scene.
Yeah, this is one of those times I really wish we could use a clip. YouTube.
Yeah, he really gets a good defense with his wings. Like it helps him get away from a time where he might get clobbered.
Yeah. Welcome
Thank
back,
you, Monica.
Mr. Lee. Yeah, it's a good thing he's always going to have those wings to back him up.
Always.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They continue to fight. Bucky destroys one of the beams. I think
Imagine
might
if that was his head.
Yeah.
Just shows the power he has in that thing.
showing the power of that serum and the arm, right? Gets a shield chucked at him, forces him into the
That was
thing.
pretty cool.
Walker, bagging him like, why are you making me do this? Losing all perspective of it being on him type deal, right? It's like blaming it on everybody else, right?
So does he like lose his the control of his arm for a little while here?
I think for a short time.
For a short time, he gets it back.
You could see it sparking, jumping. He's malfunctioning.
The impression that he lost it for a bit, but he got it back.
Yeah,
eventually. Yeah.
Monica's saying she spelt your name wrong. Yeah, I think for at least a moment they've got to disable that arm. He just took a beam out with it. So
yeah,
in order to make this fight reasonably difficult for them, they've got to take his arm out, right?
And then smash it into electrical box. Right?
So a little bit of a malfunction.
Yeah.
Sam comes down flying like a falcon.
This whole scene was well done.
Yeah, I wish we could play a clip of this.
Like the way he can flip and turn in such a tight space. Those wings are amazing.
Yeah. Very large warehouse. The new Captain America says, we could have been a team, man. If this had played out differently, we could have been a team, right? They don't want to be a team.
No.
Sam tethers the shield.
Yeah,
I thought this was cool. Yeah. And then kind of flies back, kind of dragging him around until he gets himself caught up on a forklift, and they kind of play tug of war. I mean, I thought this was a really great. This whole scene was really great.
It looked like Sam almost had the shield.
Yeah, he just about almost had it, and then it goes flying off. It gets dislodged and goes flying off, and they go pretty much have a tussle over going to grab it. It's like a game of musical chairs or something like that, where they're just trying to. Everybody's going for that shield. But he ends up tackling him down, and just like psychotic, right? Removes that helmet and just starts screaming, "I am Captain America" type deal. To the end, he believes he's Captain America.
His voice changes like demonic almost.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the acting here is phenomenal. It's great.
That's why people hate the guy.
Yeah.
In real life.
Evans is the only Captain America declared by Monica.
Well, it is America's ass.
Yeah, that is America's ass. And then the unthinkable happens.
Oh man, that was crazy. Rips his wings right off.
Showing that strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like paper, just tearing wings off a fly or something.
What will he do?
Pretty incredible.
Without his wings. Incredible. Like the Incredible Hulk. So they get back up and stuff like that, and they are having like a 2-on-1 battle for that shield. Sam uses his thrusters even to help tear that off, right? The thruster's still working. And then they literally snap his arm.
Yeah,
Getting
great
that
scene there too.
Yeah. Snap his arm, getting that shield away from him.
Rip
and
his super arm right off.
Yeah. And then still he gets up, broken arm and all, declaring that that's his shield.
Yeah. It's mine.
Right. And then the most amazing thing happens.
Oh,
That's
Bucky,
pretty cool.
this is not the coolest thing. Talk about your double team, eh?
Yeah.
Bucky swings him like a baseball bat into the shield, pretty much knocking all three of them onto the ground.
Oh yeah.
Shield center. I think that was done wonderfully. Bucky picks himself off the ground, grabs that shield, and then lays it down for Sam. The rays of light coming in, almost godly. Yeah, he lays that down for Sam. Sam grabs it up, and I like how this is kind of, he's like almost frantically trying to wipe the blood off of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, trying to get the damage off. It was good.
The shield means a lot to him. It
It's a symbol, right?
What it stands for him means a lot.
Yeah, so it's almost like it's been tarnished.
Yeah.
Right. So back at what appears to be the warehouse or the place that Sam was talking to Carly in the other episode. So. And now everything's packed up and gone. They do talk about how the what's the organization called?
ERC.
Yeah, how they've cleared out anyone associated that they feel is associated with them, right? So they've cleared out all of the like
the
safe
refugees,
haven,
like the
the
countryless people.
Yeah. And they're like, she's gone, we're never going to find her and stuff like that. And then Joaquin, Mr. Torres says something that I think is hilarious. He makes a reference to him getting his sleeve back because he's always tearing his sleeve off, right? So Bucky's not really amused with it. And then they get into a conversation about what's been happening, right? He says like Captain America killed a foreign nation in public.
That's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And now the higher ups on the payroll are now all over it and stuff like that. So they're taking control.
They bench the A team, where I guess these guys would be probably the B squad, I guess.
Yeah, they might be the B squad.
Looking at the Avengers.
Yeah. Get a good scene of him picking up those wings in the duffel bag. He's asking what happened to the wings and stuff like that.
Like
he asked him several times.
Yeah. And they're talking about, in the meantime, they're talking about what needs to be done to find Carly and stuff like that. Yeah,
she's gone underground. She's gone underground.
It makes sense now more than ever that we get involved. The longer we let her regroup, the better off she's going to be, the harder it's going to be to find her. And then as he's walking away,
he doesn't tell him what the wings, what happened to the wings.
Says, wait, you forgot your wings. And
you can have them.
He says, keep them. Now, I don't know if you guys remember me messaging or me saying something about Torres being the new Falcon. Okay, but I said it.
I don't remember that.
I literally showed a picture of him in the comics as Falcon.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't even think of that. I kind of thought maybe he would repair him,
Oh man, no.
but that's as far as I thought it might go.
So what does that mean? That means that if he's going to be the new Falcon, that means that Sam's got to be the new Cap. Right? And you guys were debating with me that Bucky might be the Cap. And I'm not going to lie to you, in this episode, I teetered between them because it at times it felt like Bucky was going to take it on. So
when he held it, it felt like maybe it was right, but as soon as he would hold it, it was like he didn't feel comfortable holding it.
yeah, you're right. I think you're right.
You know? So didn't take too long before you knew that Bucky just had no interest in being Cap.
Yeah. I think you're right, Rob. Shotgun, Mr. Shotgun. So
Even though it would be cool. It would be cool if he was.
It would,
Cap.
and in comics for a short while he was. But now we're seeing Walker being escorted to the courts, and they're saying that he is being stripped of the title of Captain America and everything associated with it.
You're no longer allowed to represent our country.
Yep.
I don't think he got a dishonorable. It was a less than honorable.
It was
discharge,
less
I
than
think.
honorable, which means that he has no benefits or nothing that comes from his service. He gets. So like that's tough, but I mean, look what's happened, right?
Yeah.
And in this scene, he proceeds to say, "You made me." Right? Like, I did what you were told, and I did it well. You made me.
Yeah.
And then he proceeds to say, "I am Captain America." And they say, "Not anymore."
Not anymore.
He shows his true anger here too, even around all these people, and he's getting everything torn away from him. He should be a little bit more calm and cool, but he shows his true anger, his true self here.
I don't think calm and cool is who he is anymore.
No, but you think in this area and time, you should be a little bit more, even though it sucks, you should be cool and calm, but he shows his true self, gets angry, puts his fist down.
Lamar did say that he thinks that the serum just makes you more of who you are. So.
That's true. So it's showing that that's working, and that's in effect, as it's bringing out more of his anger coming out.
Yeah, for sure. Rob Lee, I'm not sure if we can show that clip of Evans, because
Well,
I just put it in chat there for anybody wants to look it up.
Yeah, go ahead and watch that if you guys want. It's a funny clip. I can't show it because I'm tired of being booted off.
Yeah.
But all in all, words are exchanged, and he walks out, turns his back on them, and walks out. And they're like, "You're lucky that you've done what you've done for your country, pretty much. It's the only thing that's kept you from being locked up, pretty much, right?"
Clearly, you can see Venom, or a villain being born here. You can see that villain in him. He's turning from what they wanted him to be, Captain America, and he's changing.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that you said Venom there for a minute.
I did for a minute. I kind of stumbled over my word. It's almost the same thing in the word, right?
No.
He is no, not really, but yeah.
Anyway, we get Ellen or whatever.
Yeah.
Honestly, can't remember what her character name was.
Smart
I don't know.
bitch.
I don't either. She's
I can't-
interesting, though.
I can't remember what her
Contessa
name is.
something or other.
Yeah, well, in the comic books, she is a shield agent at one point. She's referred to as Madam Hydra at one point when she's with Hydra. There's a whole bunch of she's had a whole bunch of roles in the Marvel comics. And here she pretty much steps in. It's kind of a humorous role. When she's kind of talking about her name and it's too long and stuff like that. So she's kind of like, you can call me this, but don't.
Yeah, just in your head.
Yeah. So, a really comedic performance from her, which is kind of expected. And she's pretty much like, you know what? You did the right thing by taking the serum. She kind of knows everything about him. So where she's getting this information, whether she's the power broker, possibly.
That's what I was thinking. But I don't think so. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I had thoughts about that, or maybe she works very closely, like second in command kind of jam.
Because she seems to have information that others don't.
She knows everything.
She says pretty much wait for a call from me, essentially.
She says you made 2 good decisions. The first decision was taking the serum, and the second would be answering my call when I call you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely someone in power, because even Walker's girlfriend there, who are you? Doesn't even look at her, just whips a card out.
Yeah. A card that has nothing on it.
Nothing on it, yes.
Yeah, black on one side, white on the other.
So, yeah, interesting encounter. I think that she's probably going to be hiring him, essentially. You know what I mean? So then we cut over to the place where the refugees were, and Carly and the Flag Smashers are just finding out that the government agency has been here and taken everyone.
Everyone and everything, all their stuff.
So, she lists a bunch of names of people that they've lost and stuff, and pretty much states that this is the point where we have to act, because that's the only way that they're going to listen, and that they're ready to go on to the next phase, pretty much, right?
Shit's about to get real.
Yeah.
For Rizzle. Now we're back in Sokovia. Nemo there in that by that statue that we saw in, I think, Civil War, was it?
Did you say Nemo?
Nemo, yes.
Captain Nemo?
Captain Nemo. No.
Dan thinks there's a little orange fish.
Oh,
I actually saw a good meme where it was Zemo holding Nemo, and it said Finding Zemo or something like that. So he's back at that statue where eventually Bucky catches up to him, puts a gun to his head. They have a little discussion about things that have happened, and
Zemo accepts this.
Yeah.
He's not running away. He's not fighting back. He closes his eyes and he accepts what he's gonna get.
I don't think he closes his eyes. I think he just stares him down.
Yep, he's not going out like a bitch.
Even at one point says something along the lines of, "I've taken the liberties of marking me off in your book." I was like, "You thief." How did you get his book? But he goes to pull the trigger. Click.
Empty.
Empty.
He drops all those bullets to the ground.
Yep. Wasn't intending to take him out at all. What was intended is that he would hand them over to the Wakandans, which I thought was a nice touch, because they're going to be taking him to the raft where he will live out his days. Nice touch.
I was sad to see Zemo go. I really enjoyed his character.
You see, though,
And my apparent likeliness is probably assisting that as well.
I want to put your head on every scene.
I sent you a GIF with my head on his in the dance scenes.
I seen that.
Did you really?
Funny.
Yeah.
I was not paying attention.
Oh.
Maybe later we'll try to get a clip of that on here, but yeah, Zemo's being taken away.
I mean, he'll be back for like the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I would imagine. Which, if we go back and we were talking about this, there's a lot of talk about her recruiting people for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I was kind of reading some of that too.
Yeah.
Because if Walker eventually gets put in the raft as well, there's a good chance that he will get snatched up for jobs for the Thunderbolts, right?
Yeah.
The nice thing is that they're already built. They're already building a season 2.
Has that been announced or?
No, but right now, like they're building, as you can see in the plot line, as she's getting recruits. You can already see a potential season 2 in the building. Not saying it's
I don't
official,
know if it's,
but you can.
I don't know if it would be a Falcon and the Winter Soldier season 2. It seems to be like they're doing one-off seasons.
Yeah, so they're gonna. I would say that like all of the talk has been about the Thunderbolts being a thing, right? With Walker, Zemo, and then I guess we can see what happens in that Black Widow movie and whatnot.
Yep.
What happens with Yelena Belova? Because I think they're all Thunderbolts, so that'd be good stuff. I'd be interested in watching whatever that is.
Yeah, it'll be definitely interesting to see where they come from that. You're probably going to see that down the line because we've got a couple of shows announced before that, right? But
I have a feeling you're going to see Zemo in Black Panther 2.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a good chance.
I think that's what they're gearing up for with this scene.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, there's a few things.
Good call, Rob. Good call.
That's why we have these nerdy chats, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Ayo.
Hey,
Grim was thoroughly disappointed in us for doing that, by the way. She says, make yourself scarce in Wakanda, White Wolf. For the time being, make yourself scarce. He's like, fair enough. I understand. But before going, I need a favor from you. We don't find out right away what that favor is, or maybe we do. I can't remember.
A little while. Get a little time.
Yeah.
We still don't need it. I mean, you still don't.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, we know the favor was to bring the case.
Yeah.
Like to whatever's in that case. Okay, which Rob Lee figured it out. We'll get to that though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give it a moment, Rob Lee. Sam goes to see Ezekiel Bradley. Ezekiel Bradley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those
terrible
names.
with names.
Sure.
I am terrible with names. I am. And they have actually a really kind of deep conversation about what happened to Ezekiel,
Yeah,
Isaiah.
you really get to find out a lot about his past and what they
Mhm.
did to him. It was pretty interesting.
You know, how they tortured him and stuff like that after, well, pretty much starts out how they tricked them into being subjects,
Yeah, there was a batch
like
of
test
super
subjects,
soldiers.
right? Not all of them made it. In fact, I think he was the only one back then.
Only one. Yeah, only one.
Yeah, 'cause
right?
they had,
And then,
I guess they had different versions. Like they were trying to recreate the serum. Gave one to each
Yeah.
person.
well, I don't even know about recreating. I think these were the first serums.
Hmm.
Like, I don't think
Yeah,
this was before Steve Rogers.
I believe, yeah, he would have been
Oh.
after this. They would have just been testing all of the stuff on these guys.
Yeah.
Ah.
So when Steve Rogers had it, it was a more refined process.
Hmm.
This was just like them using like black people as test subjects,
Like mice.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And then when
Shit.
he found out that they were going to destroy the place, the refugees camp that a lot of these people were stuck in, and he went and saved them, he didn't get like awards and stuff like that. He got punished.
Yeah.
You know, and they did tests on him for 30 years.
Mhm.
And he shows
That's
a
crazy.
scar where he's got wounds from them testing on him, right?
Yeah, I got it here. He says a handful of us got shot up with different versions of the serum.
Yeah.
So yeah, testing it before we give it to the white guy.
Which is
Unfortunately, it was the way it was back then.
yeah, I was gonna say, which was pretty par for the course back then, especially, right? That's the way it goes.
Hmm.
Kind of mimicking how they were told they were being given vaccines and medicines, but they were all
Mhm.
placebos, and then they started dying, right?
Mhm.
This is meant to be very close knit to that, right?
And I for what I like, I'm a big fan of how Disney's been going through this storyline too, and just really shining lights on that Black History pieces and stuff like that for people that that might not be
Yeah.
exposed to those kinds of things on a regular basis. So
They're really not holding back here.
That's
No,
even going
no.
back a couple episodes where Black Falcon.
Yeah.
What, you call me Black Falcon because I'm black?
Yeah.
Like back then, it was Black Lightning, Black Falcon,
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Well, he even says something about there'll never be a black Captain America.
Mhm.
Even if you were, they wouldn't accept you. And if you were, you would have to. What did he say? Something about?
No self-respecting black man would
that's
take
right.
up the mantle. So
That's right.
that's leaving a lot of conflict on Sam too, right? So I think it's very well done how they've placed this, and how they've placed the conflict on Sam. Now, on one side, he has to decide what's important to him and what the shield really means to him and stuff, right? So if anybody is satisfied with that, then we'll move on. But again, just it's a powerful scene.
Yeah.
Afterwards, he calls his sister and says, "I'm coming home." And
Got a lot to think about.
I'd like to say that at first, in episode 1, when they kind of did the whole family scene and stuff like that, it wasn't real entertaining for me. But this scene here was much more entertaining, and I just thought that it was more well placed than that scene. Because he's home, kind of fixing things up, finds out that the boat that they were trying to sell, it was declined. Nobody wants to buy it because it's too much work.
Mhm. I think we were talking before this. And I said, I watched this on Friday. I thought, oh my God, what a boring episode. He's on the boat and they're doing this. And I watched it again today and it's like, no, this is a good episode.
Yeah.
They had to put this in here. It's
thoroughly enjoyed this,
Helps
actually.
it along.
So Sam kind of comes to the conclusion that there's a lot of people that owed their parents, and why not call in some favors, right? And the community comes together and they're just happy to do it, right? It says when the Wilson family needs help, we're here to help. And then this is where I think it starts getting good, is because he's like, well, how are we going to get this stuff off the truck? And then all of a sudden
it just moves.
It moves.
and there's Bucky, one arm.
Bucky there. I'd have to say this TV series has really made me like Bucky a lot.
Yeah.
More so than I did before. Puts it down, I'm just dropping this off, and there's that case. That was his favor. Right? What is in the case? Burritos. Nice little
This is
scene
pretty
where
funny here.
they're trying to fix the thing, and Bucky goes and fixes it with a wrench.
He's turning it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, why didn't you use your arm?
Yeah, I thought he was just going to go in and crank.
Why didn't you use your metal arm?
He's like, I'm right-handed, so I don't usually think about it.
I don't normally think about it. I'm right-handed. And you don't really think about that. Like, okay, it's not his main arm. He does pretty all right with it, for it not being his main arm. And then that's when you get that little thing where he's got that dorky smile on his face, and he starts to hit on Sam's sister.
Bucky's sister, never good.
Hey, what's up? I'm Bucky. Hey, I'm Sarah.
He doesn't seem to mind at all.
There's that big smile now.
The big laugh.
The big smile, and Sam's looking on, not real impressed.
Nope.
So, and then they fixed the boat up. I thought this was kind of a nice little montage of them fixing the boat up. The music that's behind it that we can't play really suits the scene well.
Great montages in this episode.
Very good mon.
Great
montage. It was really cool. There, you got to see close up of his arm, right?
Yeah.
Mechanics, and then he comes over and he rips off. Is that the scene there where he rips off the?
No, that's the scene where he's struggling to get that piece off.
And he rips it off.
He's doing some sanding. The little bit of work on there, and then
you don't have the clip.
I love this scene right here.
Though I do, Rob, just in a moment. But he's kind of doing some of those moves with the with the scraper, and I thought that was really kind of cool.
I could use this as a weapon.
Yeah,
I loved it.
So he's always on the job.
Oh yeah.
So, and then this is what you're talking about, Rob. Shotgun.
Yeah.
Is where Sam's still struggling, and he just goes and tears it off
and throws it down. I thought that was cool.
And again, it's through all of this, there's still that little bit of a rivalry, and you can see that in Sam's face, But they're just working on the old boat, and then once they're done, they're sitting there and they're having a little beer, chatting. And Bucky eventually says, well, I got a plane to catch. I got to take off. Sam insists that he stays. But there's a rule. No flirting with my sister. Right? For real. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Switches over to the Lamar's family, and he does lie. This all comes back to what you were saying earlier. Does he truly believe that was the killer, or is he just lying?
He knows what happens, but what I'm saying is he's told himself so much in his head that that's the guy who did it. I had to kill him.
Pathological lie.
Yeah, like he's told himself that that's who killed Buck. Lamar was killed by him. I had to kill him. So it's more of a craziness.
Trying to reason with himself.
Yeah,
like
he believes it.
Yeah, so he's lied to the family. They say, did you get the killer? Yeah, I got the killer. I wouldn't disgrace your family like that. Yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
And on the way out, while he's walking down the street, thought this was a really nice touch where he's just glaring at that poster of him as Captain America, kind of. And what's going through his head right there?
It's like a mimicking him,
Is it mocking him?
Yeah, it's like laughing at right back in his face.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that where he's like looking at it going, that's right, I am the captain.
Yeah.
A
bit of
like, I don't know whether that's him reassuring himself that he's the cap, or whether that's mocking him. I can't tell.
Now back to that scene with Lamar's family. I noticed the father and the mother are like, oh, thank you for defending our son and getting his killer and blah blah. I guess his sister, she's not having it. There's something about the way she's looking at him. Either she doesn't believe him or she thinks he's hiding something. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I just found that really
didn't
weird.
appear to be a fan at all of him in that scene.
No,
No,
because I think she was one of the Captain America. It's like, oh, geez, you did this. Get out.
Yeah, any way you put it, she's not a fan of him being there or a fan of what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the mother and the father seem thankful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So back to that scene, and then we get a quick scene of Sarah. She's on the phone with Batrac the Leaper. And she appears to be hiring him for a job, saying that, you wouldn't be where you are right now if I didn't do this and that,
Mm-hmm.
So she's definitely kind of got a criminal organization vibe going on here. And we already know that she's a thief.
Up to no good, that's for sure.
Whose side is she on?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Whatever side's got the money, I guess.
Yeah. This was a nice little scene where Bucky wakes up to the kids playing. And then he's like, hey. And then they're like, quickly, put it down. And they run off and stuff like that. But then he's got this smile on his face,
Yeah. Like what kid wouldn't play with Captain America's shield? Like, come on.
Yeah. Something that's important. Something that's important here is that Bucky is now sleeping on the couch rather than sleeping on the floor.
I didn't catch that.
Like in the beginning, he woke up on the floor, and that's what a lot of people from like military and stuff like that have been through things. They don't have. They're not comfortable in a bed because that's where they spend all their time is sleeping on the floor in the war and stuff like that and all that, right? I'm not the person to talk to when it comes to that stuff, but that's what I gather from it. But yeah, him now sleeping on the couch rather than the floor is a big symbol of him progressing, right? So that's the way I take it, at least.
Yeah, glad you caught that.
That's a good
one. And a smile on his face. It's not like there's now 2 times in this episode where he's got a grin or a smile, which is not his. He doesn't smile.
No.
Next day, they are fixing the water pump on the boat, and his sister comes up stating, I told you before it wasn't the water pump. Why are you guys doing this? Oh, well, I guess we were supposed to be done before you woke up, and we weren't supposed to get caught. Right? And then disobeying every rule. Bucky hits on his sister again.
Yeah.
Hey.
That was good.
So, I thought that this whole scene right up until here, it was much more enjoyable than I expected. They walk away a bit, kind of arguing about his. I think Sam says something like that, like she's a mean person.
She's really mean.
Yeah, she's really mean,
Trying to
and
throw him off the scent there.
yeah, and Bucky's like, oh, it's just tough love and all this and stuff. And there's some back and forth there that's really enjoyable as they're walking away and stuff like that. And then the next scene opens up with this, which is a really cool shot. And you get them tossing the shield, bouncing off the tree, and then the other one catching it and stuff like that.
Just like the best game of catch.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be?
Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing. You out there having a couple beers after supper, throwing the shield around.
Let's toss the old shield around. The all the trees covered in like padding and stuff like that, so they don't chop all the trees down.
Stuck in. Now, our first episode of this, Grim, you mentioned. Oh, I remember in the trailer, Sam was throwing the shield around. Then the show came on, and it was Walker throwing the shield at the trees. So we finally got back to that because I thought maybe they changed it or.
Yeah, just
No, yeah, it was good. I'm glad they got back around here to this piece to make it a little less confusing at that part.
Yeah. They're just having a conversation while they're tossing the old shield around. And, they get a little deep into why, into what's going on in Bucky's kind of psyche right now. And they have a conversation about the book and why he's marking stuff off, and that he's at the moment he's just avenging people, but he's not making peace with anything, right? He's just avenging people that he didn't prevent from doing wrong things, right?
I think we're gonna see him and is it Nakajima?
Yeah.
Have a good solid convo.
Yeah, I think because that's where they were going for. Because at one point he's like, "If there not one person that you can, how was it said? There's got to be one person in that book that you can make peace with, or that you can give them closure."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right.
Like
which automatically made me think of that, Grim.
Yeah.
And when you go back to the scene when they're at the monument in Sokovia there, when Zemo says,
man.
Well, you don't have to go back.
I already did.
Well,
I'm not going all the way back.
You don't have the quote. So anyway, like Zemo is convinced that Bucky's going to kill him. So he says, when I had your book, I took the liberty of scratching my own name off it. Because remember, he was at the top of the list of people I've got to get revenge on or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's not right. Okay. I'm back on track. Sorry about that.
I didn't mean to make you do all that, Dan. I'm sorry.
If I don't have some sort of a thing like that, people will think something's wrong. All right.
Who's this? This video so smooth?
Who's this imposter? He hasn't mispronounced it. Actually, I already mispronounced the name.
Yeah.
So we're good. We're good, people. It's the real me. Also,
they haven't called it issue 5 yet, so that's okay.
Yeah. Darn it.
Now you will.
Yeah, I will now. Anyway, in issue 5, we find that they have a little discussion about the shield too, right? Mm-hmm. And how Bucky was like, kind of apologizing for barking down his throat about not taking the shield and stuff, and explaining how the shield is like a last family member type deal. Mm-hmm. That and he felt like if it was gone, then he would doubt himself, Sam, and Rogers.
Yeah, forget about Rogers.
Right. So they have a little discussion about that, and Sam says something along the lines of, it doesn't matter what Rogers felt. It's whoever goes on, it's all about them. It's essentially right. And at this point, when you're going back and forth and stuff like that, and each of them is catching it, and you're like, which one of you is going to just keep the damn thing? For me, I was like, every time someone caught it, I was like, that's the new guy. And then the other one would catch it, and I was like, no, that's the new guy. Because they both caught it with such confidence, you know what I mean? So anyway, by the end of the conversation, they're kind of in a better spot together. That whole conversation was a really good conversation, and you can't talk about it word for word, but pinpointing it just doesn't give it justice. You have to watch the episode, to know what we're talking about in this scene. You can't just pick parts out of it, and it just sounds silly compared to what the actual conversation was. Right? And they
can really see their friendship and respect for each other throughout the whole show just deepen.
Develop?
Like they have more respect. They're always going to have a competitive side but they're becoming more friends and respecting each other more and more.
They still have that
last clip. You just seen that, like with the handshake and they're buddies.
Oh yeah.
They still have that sibling-like rivalry, though, which I like. Bucky is going off, but says, "When we find Carly, give me a shout, and I'm there." Right? They walk away from each other, and this is the first time that I really got a sense that Sam was keeping that shield.
Oh yeah.
Like this, when he was walking away with that, he had that kind of tall stature type deal, holding the shield, not really afraid of it anymore. Get a short clip with them, with him talking with his sister. He's about to paint over the name, and then she, after all this time, can't go through with selling the boat. Now that it's all fixed up and everything, she can't go through with it, which I kind of like. I didn't want them to get rid of the boat. I'm attached to that whole idea. So, and they have a bit of a conversation about what's going on, and I think that's when he realizes that, he just needs to do it. He just needs to become, because they talk about what Isaiah said and stuff like that, and how, what happened to Isaiah was wrong, and I don't blame him for feeling that way, but this shield means something else to me type deal. That's what I gathered from that little scene. And that's why when I think he kind of realizes for sure that he's got to, because in the next scenes, he's doing some hardcore training.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Speaking of montages.
Yeah, very good montage here. This is the only real clip I took from it because I couldn't do it justice. So let's just talk about it.
It threw me right back into like watching those old like martial arts movies and stuff, or like the Rockies and stuff like that back when I was a kid, and those epic training montage that they'd always have before the big fight or whatever. So I was super excited for that. I was so excited for that. I was thinking more. I was a big Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
He always had on point montage training sessions. So
he's doing flips. He's throwing the shield, doing a flip, trying to catch it. It goes over his head. He misses it here.
Yeah.
He keeps getting better every
I like how it starts off with him like nearly taking his head off, and it like sticking into the ground or like smashing into stuff, and then eventually, like he catches it.
Dang.
He starts catching it, and he just keeps getting better and better and stuff like that, right?
Well, this is the training I felt that the other Captain America didn't have. You didn't see him taking. It was a job to him. It wasn't like the shield meant anything. It wasn't like it needed training. It was just I'll pull out my gun if I need to, but he's actually taking this serious.
All the shield meant to him was
I like it.
It signified that he was Captain America. Yeah. That's all it meant. If he has that shield, he is Captain America, and that's all that mattered.
He just didn't know how to use it, although he's training himself, which is great.
So we've got Mr. the Leaper here. And it would appear...
I didn't recognize the name when she was talking to him on the phone, but as soon as I saw him, it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things are getting serious.
So Sarah set this up. Right? He has brought a suitcase full of what appears to be weapons. There has to be something to these that's part of the plan type deal. You know what I mean?
Got some thermal detonators there.
Yep. Maybe some EMPs type deal sort of thing. Right? And his agenda is to kill the Falcon. Because of the way this series started. Right? And it says here, she says something along the lines of, you know, we get a killer and he gets payback. So
he says, no.
Yeah. I'm not here to be part of your agenda. Right?
Yeah.
And she says, you know, this is our plan. And because of it, this is why we're going to win. And then she uses the Find a Fiend app. App. You can get that on Apple and Android.
Oh.
And it activates all of her sleeper, which is 90% of the people in the park.
Yeah.
So it shows that she's got a lot more people backing her than what we thought.
But even her new second in command, he's like, oh, why is this guy here? Like, what are we, criminals now?
And she says, haven't you heard? We are criminals.
Right.
Right. So the plan is in full swing. Yeah. The plan's in full swing. Little bit of a clip where Sam's watching the news and they're talking about the vote that's going down, which earlier in this scene, Charlie's talking about them pretty much rigging the vote.
Yeah, we're going to stop
so that
vote.
Yeah, they're going to stop the vote. He's watching the show on the television, and they're talking about the vote and stuff like that, right? And Joaquin comes, calls him up, says, okay, we've had all these pings in Europe and stuff like that from where the Flag Smashers have been, but now we're getting one in New York. So now we know, or now they know that she's in New York and stuff like that. He's like, good job. You know, keep you posted. And then we get a scene of the meeting itself, you know, where where this meeting is going down. And there's a lot of people who are like, let's just round them all up. Let's round all the refugees up. Just do it and stuff. A lot of people are opposing in some ways or not, you know, saying the problems with just doing that, like just rounding them up and stuff. And then you see this guy swiping his Walmart gift card. And he's obviously activating something. And as he walks away, he says the Flag Smashers words, one world, one people. And
very, very noble words.
Yeah.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
And then it obviously it's putting some sort of a virus or bug or something like that into the system. all the lights turn red and all of the computers are glitching and such. And that's it for that. And then we get a scene where Sam is finally opening up that case. And
All the case full
Rob,
of gold.
if you want to get your clip ready, Rob.
Oh, I'm ready.
He takes the old deep breath there, even.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's looking at it. He's like, "This is it."
Exciting, but then they don't show us.
Do you want to share your screen there?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Because I can't show it if you don't.
I thought it was a
I'm just
pot.
saying.
I thought it was all full of gold.
Yeah, so this is where it ends. And you don't get to see what's in that case yet, leaving a few people with anxiety because they just wanted to see what was in there. But rest assured,
That's how they do it, though.
Rob Lee has done some digging.
Yeah, because
Cliffhanger.
everyone
and
thinks.
he has found out what's in the case.
I'm pretty sure
Uh-huh.
everybody thought the Wakandans sent that case. There's something in it for him from the Wakandans.
Yeah, and
But Bucky's favor was let Zemo redeem himself. Let him do one more good thing. So the case is full of Turkish delight.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Sorry to spoil it for you, everybody. But
So we did say there would be spoilers, and that's probably one of the biggest
That's
spoilers. It's Turkish delights in the case.
Turkish delights.
His
They're
face is,
irresistible.
his
You're
face
welcome.
is glowing. He's so excited.
right there.
Yeah. Turkish
Nice.
delights. Everyone thought that maybe it would be a new suit for Sam.
Yeah.
A new
Nope. So
a new set of wings, maybe
what
in
I'm
the style,
thinking.
maybe even in the style of a Captain America. You know,
That's I mean, in all fairness, that would be my thought. Is the Falcon, the Falcon crossover suit where it's
For sure.
it's got the America symbol on it and
yeah,
but
which
made
is
of vibranium.
would be true to the. I don't know about made in vibranium, but the suit would be pretty true to the comics. I don't know that it was made out of vibranium in the comics, but I would assume. But I would assume it's Wakandan technology, some vibranium, but it doesn't matter because you're all wrong.
Because it was Turkish delight.
Yeah.
Because it is Turkish delights.
That's right.
Zemo's final act of kindness.
He has redeemed himself. It'll probably get him out of the raft.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's
No.
going to buy his way off the raft one way or another with Turkish delight.
Mm-hmm.
He's just got them all. He's just got them all stuck in his pocket. And then he's just like guard by guard. He wins them over with the Turkish delights. Right?
Case.
So that's how the show ends, and there are no more scenes from this show.
No more.
Not a one.
None.
No.
No. No till Friday.
So
one more.
Did everybody watch the end credit scene?
I always watch end credit.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rob Shotgun, you did not. Okay.
Well, I went over and talked to you.
Go back and watch it right now.
They already took an hour of my life. No.
Anyway, after this, watch after the credits, after the fun credits, and right before the boring credits.
Mm-hmm.
That's what me and Rob Lee are referring to them as.
Yeah.
We get a scene where, sorry, Rob Shotgun, for the spoiler we warned you at the start.
There's no spoilers for this guy.
Yeah, there is, because he's after the credits, which you did not watch. It shows him building his own shield.
Walker.
It shows Walker building his own shield.
He's like welding it up and everything, and got the spray paint. Like he's full Holly Hobby, make your own shield. my God.
Stupid
He is Captain
credits.
America.
Stupid
Nothing's
credit,
gonna stop him.
and they tricked you because there's not credits before any other episode or after any other episode.
No.
No matter what I watch nowadays, I always check after the credits.
Mhm.
Yep.
I don't care what it is. I don't care who made it. I always check after the credits. Even if I know that it didn't happen last episode, I check. All right. And Rob Lee actually tipped me off to this too. So I was ready for that. And so I'm going to assume the next episode will have something as well that might hint into what happens after this series.
It'd be a little Walmart captain.
Yeah. So he's making a Halloween costume here. He uses his Medal
Oh
of
my
Honor.
gosh.
Are you watching it?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
This is a live reaction.
This
Yeah.
is amazing. He's like welding it right to it. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. He's serious.
Yeah.
Spray paint.
You've
His
made
own-
this show for me, Rob.
Oh, that was awesome. Thanks for letting me know about that one, guys. I didn't know.
So we've had a bit of a live reaction here to the end credit scene.
That was
That's
super
actually made this entire episode for me. This of our show. It's
Made it
actually
all worth
made the show for me. So, thank you for being you, Rob.
No problem.
Thank you for being you.
I watched it actually just before we went live, so I thought I was gonna be late, and I jumped right over to see
like
if the
20
mic
minutes
was working.
before the show. He was
Yeah,
still
so
watching it.
I didn't watch it. I turned it right off, and I didn't want. So
Anyway,
was incredible.
You notice how he uses that Medal of Honor
Mhm.
as some of the welding, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So he's melting it right into the shield and stuff like that. If you notice down in the corner, he's not even wearing gloves.
No.
Just
I don't think
sprays
he's
right
wearing
over his thumb.
That's right. Also,
You
I don't
don't
think he was
care?
wearing his goggles his safety goggles while he was welding either.
Oh,
No,
no
he did.
safety.
He did. He put some goggles on. He put a helm
Oh,
on.
did he put goggles on?
Or he put
Shield.
a welding mask on.
The whole
Yeah,
mask?
Oh, yeah.
oh, shield.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Safety
Yeah.
first, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he's
Even
so
if you're a psychopath, your eyes are important.
unstable.
Mm.
He don't even care if he spray paints his thumb.
No.
You know how much washing that takes to get that off, and then it gets into the little creases,
Mhm.
right? That shows his real psyche right there. So,
He
Little bit of
already
a-
has the cleaning supplies though.
yeah,
Little
He had to
turpentine.
clean that blood off.
yeah. And Rob Lee, we were talking earlier about whether the star was in the middle of it. That's confirmation that there is on this one.
Yeah.
You were saying that when you were looking it up on the Jugles,
Mhm.
Mhm.
that there wasn't a star on the shields you were looking at. So
Yeah, there was.
this one's going to be looking pretty close to the original, except lacking one key ingredient, which is vibranium.
Vibranium, yeah.
Not going to be
Even
quite as solid of a shield.
Can we assume that it's not going to bounce like that either?
Well, you would think that it would just crack.
Well, if you do a
there's-
Google on U.S. Agent, he's got the round shield, but there's
Yeah.
pings and dings and chips out of it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
because it's just a steel. It's
Just cardboard.
let's just
and
assume that he's
plywood.
used a pretty hard steel.
Sure.
Okay. Because especially like those welds have got to be really good too. Because
Well,
if you were to chuck that against a tree or something, you could break a weld.
Mhm.
So
There was a lot of
Maybe-
rings there. That's a lot of parts he was welding together. So.
yeah,
Maybe he watched a lot of Forged in Fire.
we don't know. We don't know. So anyway, that's the true ending of this episode. This issue.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
Pretty fancy.
Mhm.
I can't remember if I actually showed it. so I figured
No.
I'd show it.
No, you didn't.
So
You didn't
no,
want
it's-
to. You
I
were
didn't
going
want to.
to,
It
and
was
then I
just
was.
me staring at it, making references, thinking everyone else can see it.
Yep,
Yeah.
there's
So
the
yeah,
star.
that's that shield, and it's got the star there. That's why I said there's a shield there, and I was like, that confirms it because I assumed you could see it for some reason. And I'm like, nope. The whole
Please
time I'm
don't
just going to talk
agree.
about it and I'm not going to show anybody.
Hey.
Yeah, then that's where you
You know
can
what?
see that he's
It-
painted. He's
It's
painted
your
his.
show. It's your show,
right.
buddy.
Red. His thumb
No,
is red.
It's our show. This show is the Nerdy Chat, and you guys own it.
Wow. Thanks. That means a lot.
So, you can see that he's gone to the extent of buying one of those easy spray caps.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to be efficient.
Oh, nice full coverage.
Yeah,
That's good.
he's actually got some solid technique.
The distance is good. Like he read the instructions.
Oh yeah, I bet you he shook that well. And all,
So, Are those just like boomerangs you can get from Walmart that he's gonna put
yeah,
together?
they're those
Those round
things
ones.
you take camping with you.
Yeah, you just paint it all up.
Yeah.
Guess they're not made from metal though, so I guess that just puts that out the window. Dang it.
But you got to admire his craftsmanship.
Solid.
I'm okay with it. So this marks the new shield for the U.S. agent. Whether he keeps calling himself Captain America in the next episode, that's my question.
I think he'll try. He's that into himself.
Yeah. So
You gotta wait for season 2, bud.
I don't know if we'll see a season 2. We're going to see that at the end of the next episode, whether that'll tie into another one or,
First of all, they
leave stuff open.
First of all, they cut our shows down to 6 episodes, and then they only do one season. Like, come on, what happened to these shows that were 20 episodes long and like 18 seasons?
Because it's Marvel, they have movies.
Yeah.
Right. And these are like,
This is just
a movie.
This is just to tie us over until they can actually get back into making full-length movies, as far as I'm concerned. It's honestly a good way to tell stories for characters that may not merit like a full-length movie.
Yeah. Or
Like-
longer than a movie, like 6 episodes.
Yeah. Like they can take this story and really tell it properly. Same with WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
They can tell it properly because they're not cramming it into a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
Right. And they don't really, they don't want to go the Snyder Cut way and make 4-hour movies.
No.
So
That's too long.
yeah.
That's
3 hours is too long.
3 hours is about right for me. If you have
It's super
I find
long.
myself for most of these Marvel movies wanting more by the end of it anyway.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm a big Marvel fan, so I could sit down and watch them for a long time.
for sure. I could watch a couple back to back even. I rate so.
Yeah. So them being longer, not a big deal for me. Same with the Snyder Cut. It was good. It was better. But again, I'm not as much of a DC fan, so it feels longer. If it would,
I'm not a big DC fan either, but just the general quality of the DC movies for most DC movies is crap. It's just not great. Even when I was watching a piece of, I think it was Aquaman, there was one big bad guy, and when I had went and looked at the screen, it kind of made me think of the old Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when they were fighting a big bad thing, and I'm like, what has happened? This is supposed to be a fully funded film. I don't get it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if you guys have seen the Snyder Cut, but
No.
Just like in the original one, Cyborg looked too CGI to me. He just didn't look believable. Marvel takes these characters like the Hulk and Ultron and all these unbelievable things, and then they make me for a moment believe it.
Yeah.
DC's
Yeah,
not
sure.
doing that for me.
No.
They're not taking the unbelievable, and not for a moment do I think, okay, this is believable. It's 100% of the time it's like, that's CGI.
I think
That's
their
CGI.
shows. I think the DC shows are better than the movies.
No, I would agree with you. The CW shows way better.
Because they usually have Batman in them.
Yeah. No, they don't have Batman in them. That's the
I think Batman is
Even,
probably like the only saving grace for me for DC wise. Like all the Dark Knights and the old.
you're
Batman.
right. You're right. They
Yeah,
were
yeah.
good.
Yeah, take that,
Um,
Dan.
Okay, look.
I even liked the Suicide Squad. So
The Suicide Squad.
I didn't mind it.
Here's the problem. You think it was good because it was funny.
yeah,
It wasn't supposed to be.
I don't care. It was so weird and funny. Like just it seemed like it was a comedy kind of jam. Like it
yeah,
was
but it
really
wasn't.
off.
It was funny because it was cringy. Like it belongs in. You know when you watch movies for the weekend and you just try to find the worst movies possible that make you laugh, you would pick that up. In the meantime,
I don't. I don't care why.
I didn't mind it at all.
I just thought that it was really stupid that you've got a whole bunch of either super powered people, or people trained highly, and then it's like, oh, let's just blow both the main baddies up with a bomb. Don't make it exciting or anything.
Simple is better.
No, it's not.
Blow them up.
Right? Just blow them up instead of having the demon tear them apart or something like that. You know, like let's be fair. It was terrible. Okay. Now, with that being said, the second one trailers are out for, and it looks much better.
I'm watching that too. And I enjoyed Harley Quinn.
You enjoyed Harley Quinn?
Yeah, I did.
That
The movie or the show?
Like on mute?
That was the last movie I saw before the shutdown.
If you enjoyed Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey,
yeah,
you no longer get a vote on anything.
What?
Because that movie was so terrible, I struggled my hardest to get through it. I thought it was one of the worst movies ever made.
Gonna get
It was
banned from
terrible.
Nerdychat.
It was terrible.
Yep.
Now, the reason that we're going to see a decent Suicide Squad is because of Mr. Gunn. James Gunn directed it, and that's why you're going to see a decent movie. So sorry, DC, but we're stealing them back over to Marvel after that. But, the man's a genius. So anyway, we've successfully rambled on.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of what the Nerdy Chat is all about, right?
Needs to happen.
Now, next episode that comes up will be the last episode. Mm-hmm. And we will see the end of this series. I hope I hope we leave with a bang, right? After that, let's start doing some random nerdy chats where we just have a vague topic. For instance, maybe we'll do something where we rate some movies top to bottom, 10 worst, 10 best. Like
That's
superhero
good.
Movies. Something along that line.
Yeah.
Any ideas from the chat? Any ideas? Just put them down below. Tell us what you want us to talk about. And then we will consider it.
We're here for you.
That's right.
Rob's here for you.
Yep.
We're all here for you. Don't be silly. Anyways, guys, you ready to wrap this up?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Just a reminder that if anybody wants to help out with the GoFundMe for Nev's service dog. Links are down below. Anything else coming up that we can think of, guys?
Not that I can think of.
I do not have a thing. Hopefully, we'll be able to round up some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comments or content soon. I would be super happy if we could get to issue 3. I was going to say episode 3. Wow.
Yeah, I've been wearing off on you.
Apparently.
Yeah, I am eagerly awaiting the next issue of The Last Ronin. I can't wait. Like it's just been too long.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then while we're at it, me and Mr. Rob Lee are probably going to come back at you with another limited series. We haven't quite decided on what yet. If you have any ideas on that, also let us know.
Yeah, give us ideas.
So aside from that, I don't have much. So I'm going to say goodbye.
Ciao for now, brown cow.
Thank you for joining us on our nerdy chat. Take
Peace.
care.
Peace out.
Goodbye.
Please
Bye-bye now.
Like, subscribe, leave comments,
All
and
that
don't-
stuff.
and don't forget to visit our OnlyFans.
Like us, like us. 2 thumbs up.
Mine, I haven't. Mine is only Dan's. So yeah, let's end it before it gets crazy.
All right.
Take care, guys.
See you later.
Bye bye now.